Good morning, homeschool moms and dads. All right, so today I want to talk about some of the math games that my little math nerd absolutely loved this year. These are the ones that she actively asked to play 90% of the time when she had a choice. So we play games a lot. We are big game school believers. If you look at some of my older videos, I did a huge game schooling series and showed a lot of our games, and then I kind of backed off because I was like, okay, that's a lot of games for people. Not everybody's super into games. We are. Okay, so we have a lot of games that focus more on history, focus more on geography, timeline, logic, things like that. But when it comes to the games my daughter actually picks the most often, it's surprisingly the straight up math games. So let's get into some of the ones that she's the most interested in. So first, this is her number one most requested game. Now it is crazy easy. This is literally an addition game. That's all it is. So this is Zeus on the Loose, and I got it the first time we did Classical Conversations Cycle 1, because I was like, it's Zeus. It'll be, ancient history themed to some extent, but it'll like trick her to do some math. At the time, she was in kindergarten or K4, K5, somewhere around there. So what is it? Well, you put a card down. That's your number. Everybody puts their next card down when it's their turn. You add that to what was already on Mount Olympus. And, oh, sorry about this. So I burned my hand cooking. So, lovely. Anyways, so you put a card down. Mount Olympus is at 5. You put another card down. Mount Olympus is now at 11. You put another card down. Mount Olympus is now at 13. That's it. Then it's got some God cards that make it a little bit more fun and go like, okay, Mount Olympus is automatically at 99. Mount Olympus is, subtract 10 and steal Zeus. Oh, by the way, you're trying to get this little figurine of Zeus. You want to have Zeus when you get to 100. So it's fun. It can, get a little cutthroat if you play it right. I honestly think if you're not being super ridiculous competitive in a game, you are not playing it right, and it will not be fun. So play full out with your kids. So anyways, this is her most requested game. It's also super small and easy to throw into a purse or a backpack or an overnight bag. So she plays this a lot, especially when we travel. All right, her second most requested game. Well, okay. This is probably her second most requested game. We don't, however, play it that much because I'm bored of it, honestly. So this is Kodama. This is a logic, strategy, and multiplication game. So you get these little cards, you build a tree. On the tree, you have different things like mushrooms and worms and butterflies and flowers. And you're trying to get a chain of them going up a branch, but the branch can only be so long. And then you multiply them out and get points. She loves it. It's super pretty. She requests it all the time. And I usually say no because I'm bored and I'm done. But she loves it. And it can be very, very fun. If you play with like all of the rules, it can get very competitive. Problem is, like, some of the rules need to be secret and they need to be reading them. And so we don't do all the rules. That's probably why it's boring. So she likes this one. And then the one we end up playing the most is Prime Climb. Okay, so Prime Climb is fabulous. It's won all the awards, like all of them. It is recommended by American Mensa. It is a beautifully simplistic game board design. this is what the game looks like. It's got these cards that give you cool little tricks, but basically you have 2 dice, you roll them, you get numbers between 1 and 9, and you can move around this spiral board, and you're trying to get to the center, which is 101, and you take the dice and you apply it to the number that you're on. So in the lower ones, you're multiplying a lot, and then you're adding or subtracting, and you have to do a little bit of math to figure out, okay, can I subtract by this dice and then add back this dice, and will that get me where I want to go? Will that get me to a prime number so I can get a card? Or will that get me where I want to go into the center? Will that get me to a number that I can then multiply by on my next turn? So there's some higher strategy in there, and it's a lot of multiplication, subtraction, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Don't know why I couldn't get that in order. Anyways, Prime Climb is definitely our absolute favorite math game, and we play it constantly. Like, we might play this once a week, we might play it once every 2 weeks. And if you know how many games we have, that's saying something, because we have all the games. So, absolutely love Prime Climb. And that's it. That's the whole video today. All right, thanks. Bye.